Hey, today we're diving deep into the whirlwind world of Hollywood, where glamour meets grit and redemption is just a roll away. A star hits rock bottom, living on a mere $200 a month, wandering the aisles of supermarkets, a far cry from the glitz of the red carpet. This isn't just a story of fame and fall, it's a tale of loyalty, resilience, and the incredible journey of Mickey Rourke from the boxing ring back to the big screen, from Get Carter to The Wrestler, and the challenges of navigating Hollywood with a changed visage. We're exploring the highs and lows, the comebacks, and the setbacks. If you're intrigued by the real stories behind the silver screen, the battles fought in and out of the spotlight, and the sheer will it takes to rise, fall, and rise again, you're in the right place. Hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready to be inspired, because this journey through Mickey Rourke's career is one you won't want to miss. Let's get this conversation started. Let's dial it back to where it all really took off for Rourke, with a film that might not have smashed the box office but certainly set the tone for his career. Rumble Fish, directed by Francis Ford Coppola, was where Rourke truly shone. Sharing the screen with Matt Dillon and Nicolas Cage, then Nicolas Coppola, Rourke was part of what could only be described as an actor's dream team. Despite its lukewarm reception in the US, Rumble Fish garnered international acclaim and became a cult classic, showcasing Rourke's ability to captivate audiences and critics alike. However, it wasn't all smooth sailing. Following Rumble Fish, Rourke starred in The Pope of Greenwich Village and Year of the Dragon, which, much like their predecessor, didn't do wonders at the box office. Then came a twist in his career, a missed opportunity with Beverly Hills Cop. Rourke was set to lead, a role that could have further catapulted his career, but due to delays, it never happened. Though he pocketed $400,000 without ever stepping on set, one can't help but wonder how different the film, and maybe even his career, would have been with him in the spotlight. After walking away from Beverly Hills Cop, Rourke dove into a project that would not just define his career, but also mark him as an emblem of 1980s sensuality, 9½ Weeks. The film, often compared to the notorious Showgirls for its era, was a production marred by tension and creative chaos. Despite the lack of chemistry and outright hostility between Rourke and co-star Kim Basinger, the film's turbulent production, under Adrian Lyne's controversial direction, contributed to its intense, raw portrayal of a passionate and obsessive relationship. Lyne's approach to directing was unconventional, to say the least. He barred Basinger from speaking to Rourke off-camera and was openly critical of her, creating a tense atmosphere that, while difficult for Basinger, inadvertently fueled her performance, particularly in the film's climactic scenes. This method of shooting in chronological order only amplified Basinger's growing frustration, aligning with her character's emotional journey. Despite the strain, Basinger later recognized 9½ Weeks as one of her most significant works, lamenting only the extensive cuts that left much of her performance unseen, including over 14 hours of footage deemed too intense for audiences. The film's release was fraught with delays and skepticism, leading many to doubt its potential success. It flopped at the US box office and even earned Basinger a Golden Raspberry nomination. Yet, internationally, 9½ Weeks captivated audiences, especially in France, where it remained in theaters for nearly 5 years. Its home video release turned the film into one of MGM's most successful titles, rewriting its legacy from a potential career ender to a cult classic. Rourke's refusal of roles during this time became legendary, with many of his past opportunities catapulting Tom Cruise to stardom, including Top Gun. Rourke's cautious approach to selecting projects contrasted with Cruise's willingness to take risks, highlighting the unpredictable nature of film success. Mickey Rourke's series of refusals for roles that would go on to become iconic, such as Charlie Babbitt in Rain Man, Sot Elias Grodin in Platoon, and the lead in The Untouchables, underscore the unpredictable nature of career-defining decisions. Instead, Rourke pursued roles that, although not always commercially successful upon their initial release, have since been re-evaluated by audiences and critics alike, gaining cult status and, in some cases, being heralded as classics. The choice to star in Angel Heart over The Untouchables is a prime example of Rourke's preference for complex, potentially controversial roles over more straightforward commercial successes. His conflict with Robert De Niro on the set of Angel Heart highlights the intense, sometimes personal nature of creative collaborations in Hollywood. This incident, wherein De Niro refused to communicate with Rourke to preserve the integrity of their on-screen relationship, underscores the methodical approach some actors take to their roles, which can lead to misunderstandings and conflicts. Rourke's involvement in Wild Orchid and the subsequent meeting of his future wife there represents another turning point, illustrating how personal and professional lives can intertwine in the film industry, with significant long-term consequences. Meanwhile, his potential casting in Dead Poets Society demonstrates the pivotal role of creative differences in shaping film history. Rourke's insistence on script changes and his eventual departure from the project led to Robin Williams taking the role, resulting in a film that became a critical and commercial success. Harley-Davidson and the Marlboro Man, while a commercial failure in the West and critically panned, illustrates the capricious nature of film reception across different markets. The initial casting of Bruce Willis in Harley-Davidson and the Marlboro Man reflects the fluid dynamics of film casting, where roles can shift based on scheduling conflicts and changing perceptions of a film's stature relative to an actor's career. Willis's departure from the project due to its perceived insignificance for his burgeoning career, and the role subsequently going to Rourke, highlights the often serendipitous nature of casting in Hollywood. Rourke's decision to pursue professional boxing after the commercial failure of Harley-Davidson and the Marlboro Man is emblematic of his desire to redefine himself outside the confines of the film industry. His record in the ring, with 6 wins and 2 draws, underscores his dedication and physical capability, even as this phase of his life led to the beginning of his journey with plastic surgery, perhaps hinting at the physical toll the sport took on him. The shift in Rourke's acting career towards direct-to-video films post-boxing reflects the industry's fickleness and the challenges actors face in maintaining their status within Hollywood. His roles in Bullet and Double Team illustrate the difficulties in making a successful return to mainstream cinema, with the former's direct-to-video release and the latter's commercial failure further complicating his career trajectory. The incident involving Mickey Rourke, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Chuck Zito at the Scores Club adds a layer of complexity to Rourke's public persona, blending his Hollywood image with real-life toughness. Rourke's intervention in the altercation, driven by his boxing experience, positions him as a protector figure, contrasting with the more vulnerable aspects of his career struggles. The late 1990s marked a low point in his career, with financial struggles so severe that he lived on $200 a month and experienced the humbling reality of grocery shopping, a stark contrast to the glamorous lifestyle often associated with Hollywood actors. It was during this time that Sylvester Stallone stepped in and offered to help the actor by offering him a role in the movie Get Carter. He went as far as paying part of Rourke's salary out of his own pocket, and he came to Rourke's defense when the studio tried to remove him from the movie. This act of kindness not only provided immediate financial assistance, but it also helped revive Rourke's acting career. Stallone's support was instrumental in Rourke's decision to participate in The Expendables, showcasing a deep sense of loyalty and gratitude towards Stallone for his help during a critical period. This turning point led to a series of roles in high-profile films, such as Once Upon a Time in Mexico and Man on Fire, culminating in a significant career resurgence with Sin City and the critically acclaimed The Wrestler. The latter not only garnered Rourke a Golden Globe, but also an Oscar nomination, reaffirming his status as a talented actor and marking a high point in his comeback. Despite the success, Rourke's career faced another setback due to complications from plastic surgery, which he candidly acknowledges as a significant regret. His openness about the impact of these surgeries on his self-image and career is a rare glimpse into the personal struggles faced by public figures. The physical changes led to challenges in securing leading roles, relegating him to B-movies alongside other actors whose careers have similarly shifted away from the mainstream.